Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another live stream. Happy Saturday. And we're going to be flying the ATR 72 today. I don't think I've flown this on stream yet. I don't think, at least it might be the first time, or maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. But I don't think I haven't flown this on stream yet. I have flown it offline quite a bit and enjoyed it. But today we're going to be flying this on stream, the 72-600 variant in lot Polish colors. Reason being, Vatsim is holding an event. Well, actually, it's the Polish Independence Day today, and there's an event happening from 1000 Zulu today till 2200 Zulu on the 11th of November. So we're going to partake in some of that by doing a flight from Echo Papa Oscar to Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. So we're going through Warsaw, and sorry, we are starting in Poznan, I believe is how you say it. Apologies if I say it wrong, but I believe you're in Poznan and we're going to Warsaw. So we're gonna fly this flight. It's gonna be an hour and 15-minute flight. Hopefully stream holds up as usual. Apologies again in case any bitrate drops and things like that, but hopefully stream holds up. We're gonna do a flight into Warsaw, see how it is, how busy it is, and after we arrive in Warsaw, I'll see how I'm doing, and maybe I'll do another leg, maybe not. We'll see how this stream goes first. So we're gonna be flying flight 3952. It's gonna be at flight level 210, 53 minutes to be spent in the air. Our departing runway 10 expected, Oboku 1 Hotel, Papa 150 airway to Bimpa. Bimpa 5 uniform arrival into Warsaw thereafter. That is our plan, at least. And then 3-3 arrival. I believe they're shooting visual approaches into Warsaw, so that's what we're gonna do. The weather, winds Cav OK, blowing slight winds from the south. QNH 1001 at the departure airport, and then at our arrival airport, more or less the same. Not much difference in the weather there. It's a broken clouds 700 feet though, but other than that should be all right. Nice chilly 8 degrees, 11 degrees here and 8 degrees at Warsaw. As for our flight, we're going to carry 65 passengers on board and 1,500 kilograms in cargo, giving us a 5.1 tons total payload. 5.1 tons and 1.6 tons in fuel total estimated, so giving us a zero fuel weight about 18.1, and takeoff weight about 19.5, and that puts us about 3 tons below our maximum that we can have on board with us. We are well below our maximum takeoff and well below our maximum landing weights there as well. So our scheduled departure time is in about 15 minutes, and scheduled arrival is about an hour and 10 minutes after that. Block time 121 expected, 115. So let's get the plane loaded, start boarding, make sure the aircraft's all good to go, and then we'll take it from there. So the only thing I've done so far is make sure all the doors that we require are open, fuel shocks are set, and power on the aircraft with the battery and ground power connected. We still have the rest of the cockpit preparation to complete. So that's what we are going to do now, and I'm going to be running through this checklist from JD. It's been a while since I flew the ATR though, so I apologize if I'm a little bit rusty and doing things a little bit too slow. Hopefully though we won't have too much of a hard time with it, but we'll find out here in just a minute. Okay, so I guess we can go into import our fuel and payload into this thing. So go to that, click import OFP. It should pick it up from Simbrief. No? Log in, enter. There we go. Now it's got it. Flight 3952. And it has our payload. So I'm going to go ahead and set fuel and set payload. So it should have from our Simbrief now. So payload weight of 5.120 almost. That looks okay. And the fuel, it should load. Okay. 18150. So it's given a little bit more than what we wanted, but you know, whatever. Good enough. looks good enough. It's still within the limit, so that's good to me. So we'll go ahead to GSX and request boarding from GSX, so that'll happen in the background as well. So aircraft should be loaded up properly right now. Still on board 1550, 30 less than what we wanted, but that's fine. All right, cool. So going on with the rest of the checklist then, I guess.
Do you want to board crew?
No crew. Passengers can start boarding. So we have external power connected. Everything is good. So we just keep going through our overhead panel there. Make sure everything is set as required. So I start from the bottom left. Lights as required, dome lights and things like that. Not at the moment. Storm light as well. Cabin light is turned on. We have reset the calls. Fuel pump checks. Turn the pump, left pump, see the feed low pressure light go out. Turn the cross feed on. The other side's low pressure light go off. Turn that off. Get the warning again. Right side on. And check working. Fuel pumps both off. So we got the unlock warning for the cabin cargo door. That's fine. To be expected, landing gear 3 downs indicated. TLU is set and guarded. MFCs are all on. And then fault test for engine 1. Fire test and squib test looks all okay to me. So nav lights on, logo lights not on, and auxiliary hydraulic pump turned on for a bit there to turn on the prop brakes, which it is on and engaged right now. Ignition's off. External power is connected. Battery is on, and that looks okay. No device seatbelt signs on. Fasten seatbelts and emergency lights are armed as well. The probe heats and windshield heating is as required, so all off for now at the moment. AC valve power we're not going to connect, and hydraulic pumps off with low pressures on there. That's fine. Annunciator lights, just test, make sure all the lights light up. Looks okay to me. Leave it in the bright position. The engine bleeds off, pack valves are off. Flight compartment cabin temperature 16, which is about ambient outside, close to. Recirc fans are also auto and on. Oxygen supply can come on. And cockpit smoke test. The exhaust mode fault light come on. Cool. Fault test for the fire. Loop test checked. Squib test checked. Looks okay. All right. Coming down to the main panel. QNH will come back to set. And also our comm nav radios will come back for that. Make sure our ECs are both on, PECs are on, power management set to take off. This all looks okay to me. FMS will come back to. Parking brake set, throttle idle, gas locks engaged, fuel shut off. Flaps up selected and indicated. And trims centered. Hello. Looks okay to me. All right. Set up the FMS, I guess. Head over to FMS1, go to init. Actually, pause init. We'll take our GPS position, make that as the active with the sensor in it. All right, then nav data should be current. That's fine. Wait. Right, so it already picked that up from our aircraft, so that looks all fine to me. Fuel on board. Trim reserve is going to be 777 actually. Update that. All good. Perfinite cruise altitude, right, so that's going to be 21 21,000. Next cruise alternate is going to be Echo Papa Kilo Tango, and we're going there at an altitude of, in case we have to, 40. Okay, and then flight plan in it. Go to our route. So let's input our route then. So we're going from Echo Papa Oscar to Echo, sorry, Papa Whiskey Alpha. Execute. All right, and our flight ID is going to be LOT3952. Flight ID 3952 already auto-populated. Cool. Alrighty, so over to the main flight plan. We're going to take runway 10 and the Aboku 1 hotel expected. Put that in there. No transition. Execute. So it's going to take us all the way to Aboku. From Aboku, we are going to take an airway, the Papa 150 to Bimpa. Execute, return, and then from Bimpa will be the arrival, which is probably going to be the Bimpa 5 uniform. Go star. Okay, once let's start with the approach first. Let's say the ILS Zulu 33. The Bimpa 5 uniform, and then Whiskey Alpha 534 as the transition. That looks okay to me. Boku DOS-X, and then we have a discontinuity so that we can change if need be. Just remember to switch it out ourselves. Okay, just gonna hit execute for now. Okay, cool. So our secondary flight plan is the main one, also saved again. Second time. All right, cool. So that looks okay to me. And then perf transition altitude, I believe here we are using transition altitude of 6,500. We'll double check once we do our briefing. But that all looks okay for now for our V speeds. Can we enter any of this? No. Doesn't let you, looks of it. Okay, I believe I have everything that I need. Boarding is still happening. So loading the baggage on board. The passenger should be already seated by now. Okay. Come back to that. So FMS, position in it set, flight plan in it done, perf in it done, cruise altitude. Max cruise, that's fine. V speeds 106, 106, 110. Okay. And then this one, we need to go to the perf page, reset the fuel used, and confirm takeoff data. So the takeoff data should be here now. Go to auto mode. Okay. Transponder will come back to altimeter set local, which is going to be 1001. 1001 set. And power settings on takeoff done. And then we got to come back and set the flight director, nav sources and all that. So let's go ahead and talk to ATC, get our clearances, then do a briefing for departure, set up our autopilot panel finally, and then go at it from there. So ATIS is going to be 124075. 124.075. Put that as active. And sorry, 124705. And then we're going to be speaking to 128925.
For Oscar Whiskey, contact Warsaw 12545.
Okay, I'm going to reconnect to Vatsim here, just to make sure that I can hear ATIS, because at the moment I can't hear anything on voice ATIS. Okay, takeoff go run mode set. Trim required 1.6 up. .6 upsets. I can't hear Addis at all. I guess we're going in without Addis.
Oscar Mike Kilo, Romeo Foxtrot, Poznan approach hello, identified 6,700 feet, and do you agree with proceeding in close go airspace?
Say again,
Oscar Romeo Foxtrot, do you agree with proceeding in class Golf airspace?
Yes, it's no problem.
Roger, Oscar Romeo Foxtrot, so distance 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach runway 29er.
Yes, 4,000 feet and we are cleared ILS approach runway 29er, Oscar Romeo Foxtrot.
Poznan approach, hello, lot 3952. We are unable to grab Addis on 124.705. Is it working on your end?
3952, I think it should be working, but the weather for Poznan is wind 20 degrees at 3 knots, varying 170 and 250 degrees, cable OK, temperature 11 degrees, 2.3 degrees, QNH 1001.
Roger, QNH 1001, thank you. And lot 3952 ATR 76 at stand 42, requesting clearance to Warsaw.
3952 clear to Warsaw via Oboku Bravo, departure out of runway 28, initially 6,000, squawk 1,000.
Clear to Warsaw, Oboku 1 Bravo departure, runway 28, initial climb 6,000, squawk 1,000, lot 3952.
Lot 3952 read back correct, and let me check, yes, approved QNH 1001.
Roger, 1001, 3952.
Poznan, dzień dobry, passenger 111, descending to flight level 100, now passing 150 on massive.
All right, change of plans. We're departing the other runway.
Passenger 111, cleared.
Runway 28.
Oscar 704, expect.
And then Oboku
Direct Papa
1 Bravo instead. No transition.
111.
Execute. So it'll be same all the way till Oboku. So let me change that in the charts and then we'll brief accordingly.
Ryanair 6265, because of high traffic above flight level 200, we can give you the clearance, but maximum flight level 190.
Okay, Roger. Approve. Flight level 190.
Ryanair 6265, so you're cleared to Krakow, exit now on Bravo, out of runway.
Papa Oscar 801, 802, 803, 804, and then 821, sorry. 821, then Tenvo, then Oboku. Alright, cool. And then transponder code should be
1990, Ryanair 6265.
1000.
Correct.
Enter. TCAS auto. Nav ND TCAS tilt above.
111, follow us in a minute.
Cool. And it's RNAV departure, so VOR frequencies none required. Key.
Pass 111, descent 3000, clear terrace, runway 28.
3000 feet and clear at runway 28, pass 111.
Pass 111, QNH 1001, wind and 230 degrees 3 knots, flying 1900.
All right, final cockpit preparation checklist.
Dew point 3.
Final cockpit preparation checklist. Pre-flight inspection completed. Documents checked on board. Emergency equipment checked. Gear pin stowed. Stick pusher test. Technically, I didn't perform it. Whatever. Let's just say it has been performed. Not like it would matter, anyways. Maintenance panel checked. Nose wheel steering on and guarded. Oxygen mask checked. Set 100%. GPWS normal guarded, audio selected, clocks checking, looking okay. Flight instruments we are showing facing south, and it should be the same on the standby compass here. Yep, facing south, so that looks okay to me. South on the FO side as well, QNH 1001. Elevation showing about 300 feet, that looks okay. And yep, flight instruments checked all right. Looks good. Then next up is the before engine start. So let's do a briefing real quick before we do that about what we're gonna do for our SID out of here. So I turn that off and go back to this. Okay, so we are currently at Poznan. Parked at gate 42, which is just a beam or in front of taxiway Golf rather. So we'll taxi straight out, no pushback required, and then we're departing on runway 28. So we'll taxi through Bravo Delta 1, holding point Alpha probably from runway 28 to depart 28 thereafter. So if we look at the charts here, we are 42. So it'll be either Golf to holding point Alpha or Golf Bravo Delta 1 to holding point Alpha. After that, we've been cleared for the Oboku 1 Bravo departure out of runway 28. So transition altitude is 6,500. It's an RNAV1 departure. As soon as possible, contact Poznan approach after takeoff, if not otherwise specified by tower. We're already with Poznan approach, so we'll just get in contact with them, let them know our altitude once we are airborne. So it's a depart runway heading 282 till Papa Oscar 801. At which point we should be at 5,400 feet or above, max 240 knots. The speed will not be an issue. We'll make a left turn from there, 192 track to Papa Oscar 802, then 803 with flight level 100 or above, then 804, 821, Tenvo, and Oboku, and that's pretty much what it says down there as well. So 7% climb gradient required up to Papa Oscar 821. So it's going to be 1,000 feet per minute climb all the way up to 5,400 feet. MSA for the whole sector, 2,300 feet, and no other threats as such for the departure. Weather's good and traffic's light, so it should be all right. We'll brief the arrival when we get the chance later, but that's about it for the departure. So we will go ahead and start the engine, put it in hotel mode, get our startup clearance, and then we'll go at it from there, pretty much. So in here, just going to clear that. I'm just going to run through the final cockpit preparation checklist. Cockpit preparation completed, configuration data, parking brake engaged, pressure checked, altimeter set checked 1001, landing elevation is auto, FMS comm nav is set, fuel quantity required and on board checked, fuel used has been reset, memo panel has checked, power management set to take off. And then before propeller rotation check, CDLS is on, FMS takeoff data confirmed, trims set. Tail prop is on board, doors are all shut, verified, and we have no warnings up top as well. That looks good. Seatbelts on, beacon light can come on. We'll go turn the wing light on actually because we're going to go in hotel mode. That's before propeller rotation. Checklist complete and let's request startup. And we transponder code 1000, so... Surveillance transponder on.
Hotel 111.
Fast 111, runway 28, clear to land. So wind 2230 degrees 3 knots, flying 190 60.
Clear to land runway 28, pass 301.
And Poznan approach lot 3952 stand 42 requesting startup.
Lot 3952, start approved, Canadian 1001.
Start approved 1001 lot 3952. Okay, startup is approved. So make sure the prop brake is engaged, and it is, so looks good. Doors are shut, beacon light can come on now, and passenger signs are on, power levers are ground, idle, fuel is shut off, checked. So before propeller rotation checklist has been completed, so we'll go ahead and start engine number 2 first. So fuel pump on, feed low pressure light is gone. Starter select, we'll use starter alpha, because why not? And basically then all you do is basically just hit the start switch. After we hit the start switch, we'll monitor NH rising at about 10%, so we can go the condition lever to the feather position. And at 45%, the starter light should go off. And once everything looks good, the generator should be on, we can set the condition lever then to the auto position. So let's go ahead and start that now. Starter master is selected on, and we see NH start to rise. Wait for 10% minimum. Looks good. Feather. And it's rising all the way, and we should see the torque basically should not increase. The reason being is because we have the prop brake on, so we shouldn't get any rotation on the propeller there, which we aren't at the moment, which is good. Looks like engine stabilized, starter is selected off, and the generator 2 should be on. We can check that on the electrics page. Systems. So electrical DC bus 2 is on, DC Gen 2 is not on as yet because we have external power connected, so it'll do that later. It's fine. So I can turn external power off at this point. That will put the DC gen on bus. You can see the green circle comes on, and now it's powering electricity to the rest of the aircraft. So that looks good. So we can go ahead and ask them to remove the GPU at this point. Get rid of our wheel chocks as well. So we are good to go there. Okay. So then
Lot 45, lot 4566, potwierdź gotowość. Już chwileczkę.
get some hydraulic pressure, so you get the ready light on. Once we get the ready light on, we can go ahead and remove the prop brake, so it's unlocked. Prop brake will flash, and then it goes off, and then we should get rotation. There we go, on the engine. And now that we're getting rotation, we can put this in auto. Now we should start to see NP start to rise. Low pitch, let it stabilize. Alright, looks good. And then starting number 1, same thing. Start valve open, fuel pump running. NH starts to rise. There's 10%. So fuel to feather. You got fuel flow, oil pressure rising, ITT rising. ITT stabilizing. Prop rotation as well. We got like 10%. 40% pass, starter off, and to the auto position. Ignition can go off. Heater heats can come on. TRU should be on.
One mic for ILS 28 and when ready descent level 100.
NIP 1 mic, ILS 28 and descent 100, Sierra Tango.
Current information should be Golf, but please check if you have it.
Information Golf received, Sierra Tango.
Roger, thank you, because some traffic reports said that they couldn't get latest information, so thanks for confirmation.
So I can't go all the way to idle power because that seems to give us a warning, so we'll keep some power in. But if I go to idle, start losing it. So anyways, before taxi,
Direct.
there we go. Nope, gotta give it a bit more power.
Please say again, direction, Sierra Tango.
Direct point.
Okay, and then cockpit comm hatch is closed.
Sierra Tango.
Seal 1-2 auto, anti-icing as required, TRU is on and checked. Anti-skid tests. Use anti-skid, master caution. Should go away and then anti-skid test should pass. Normal. Looks good. Flaps 15. Selected. And indicated. Nose wheel steering is on. Procedure completed. Should be no more checklists after this. So we can turn taxi lights on at this point. Let's verify overhead. Everything looks normal. Yes, it does. Everything looks good here as well. All right, then we can taxi. And lot 3952 requests taxi.
Lot 3952, taxi by Golf Alpha, holding point 28.
Taxi via Golf, holding point Alpha 28, lot 3952.
6265, line up runway 28 and away.
Alrighty. Back to nav display, parking brake release. And we're rolling, brakes checked. Alright, taxi checklist, taxi takeoff lights done, brakes check completed. FGCP FMA go around mode is set, looks okay. And a takeoff config test we can do. And if you don't hear anything, that means it's working properly as intended. So it looks good there as well. Otherwise you'll hear a warning. So the only thing we got to do before takeoff is remove the gust lock. We'll leave it on for the taxi.
566, proceed direct Moskę.
Direct Moskę, lot 4566.
4566, przepraszam, Moskę, punkt Mike Oscar Foxtrot, Kilo Echo.
Można powtórzyć, lot 4566?
Na tak się przyjmę.
Mowa kolor 456.
Sierra Tango Alpha, descent 7000, feet altitude by QNH 1001.
Descent 7000 feet by 1001, Sierra Tango Alpha.
Runway 6265, wind 230 degrees, varying between 190 and 260 degrees at 3 knots, runway 28, for takeoff, report to left.
Before takeoff and wait for Poznan behind 6265.
So the Ryanair is taking off. We'll join him soon. There should be a left here. Follow the taxiway sign, left to Alpha.
Lot 3952, line up and wait 28 and wait.
Line up and wait 28, lot 3952. Alright, aircraft on the roll on the left side. Right side looks clear. Line up clearance received. Before takeoff, put up the gust lock if I can. Takeoff briefing completed, gust lock removed, flight controls checked free and correct, transponder TCAS. Looks good, tilt above. Airflow looks normal, cabin crew advised. Engine bleed as required, external lights on. Lateral FEF, flight director bar checked, and rudder is centered. Procedure complete. Next up is after takeoff.
6265 identified 2500 feet, climb by level 190.
Climb flight level 90, 6 to 6.
Sierra Tango Alpha descent 3000 feet, clear TLS approach runway 28, report established.
Descent 3000 feet, clear ILS 28, we'll call one established Sierra Tango Alpha.
So we're going to set power levers to the knot setting. At rotate, which is going to be 106 knots. Rotate slowly till about 10 degrees pitch up, which is basically where the flight director is telling us. At positive rate, we get gear up. We engage yaw damper once we're airborne, maintain about V2 plus 5 minimum, which is going to be 115 knots. And then once we hit 1,500 feet, we will accelerate to 160 knots and maintain that for the rest of the... actually, 170 knots, and we'll maintain that for the rest of the climb out.
Correction, Ryanair 127, Poznan, hello, identified.
And at 1,500 feet, we'll also set the power management from takeoff to the climb mode.
Climb flight level 170, Ryanair 127.
Then we'll also make sure that our taxi lights are turned off, and transition altitude will be 6,500 feet. We're already going below that though, still 6,000 feet only, so yeah, there's that.
Ryanair 6265, proceed direct Moscow.
Direct Moscow, Ryanair 6265.
Should be next in line to depart. Don't think we'll need any anti-icing today, but if we did, we would turn it on from here, the engine anti-icing. Or de-icing rather, and then the prop anti-icing up top there. And normally it's on auto, so it should come on if needed, but... Yep.
Lot 3925, sorry for the delay, wind to 30 degrees, varying between 90 degrees and 230 degrees at 3 knots, runway 28, clear for takeoff, report over.
No worries, runway 28 clear takeoff and report airborne, lot 3952. Okay, let's go. Notch. Takeoff power achieved, and we're rolling. Airspeed's alive. .30 knots, cross-checked. Winds are from our left a little bit. And I rotate. Whoa. Positive rate. Gear up.
Egypt 996 identified at 3,800, but actually you are not proceeding standard departure. Can I know the reason?
Alright, we can go nav mode.
Stop the standard departure.
Wait for 1,500 feet.
So what you heading if you are
There's the 1,500. Set to climb.
70.
And yaw damper on. IS mode. Lot 3952 airborne passing 2,100 for 6,000 on the Boku 1 Bravo.
Lot 3952 identified, climb flight level 170.
Climb level 170, lot 3952.
Runner 127, contact Warsaw, 125.
Alright, just adjusting the trim there. Try to hold the pitch up. Again, we need to maintain 1,000 feet per minute climb minimum until we reach 5,400 feet. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Lot 33 Charlie, Poznan. Actually, I read you one. A lot of noises on frequency. Please check.
Alright, flight level 170 is set. We're going to get our speed to 170 knots now. And as we check, flaps can come up. A little bit bumpy. Even though it shouldn't really be that much, considering the winds, but oh well. Alright, let's engage autopilot. Or take it from here. Alright, so taxi nose lights off, wing lights off, logo lights off. Landing lights will go off at 10,000. We're not yet past transition, so leave it on local QNH for now. After takeoff, landing gear up, flaps up, power management set to climb. Engine bleeds are on, taxi takeoff lights are off, and just standing by for altimeter, which will be at 6,500 feet. Just like that, Poznan's behind us. There, 6,500. NH1013. Set to standard.
Lot 33 Charlie, clip to your destination. Departure runway 24. After
Heading sync will push. Altimeter set, and that's the after takeoff checklist completed.
100. And
Next up at 10,000, we go landing lights off and the
1,000.
seatbelt signs, passenger signs off as well.
Actually, I would like to ask you if you can fly below 520 because huge traffic above.
Poznan approach, your communication for 205, this is also to connect.
Unreadable. Silver number Tango Alpha wing, correction 230 degrees 3 knots, runway 28 to climb.
Please run on 28, Sierra Tango.
Not really useful. Is it?
996, reset squawk 45.
Alright, past 10,000, landing lights off. No electronic devices off, seatbelt signs off.
996.
Egypter 996, contact Warszawa 2545.
125, decimal 45, Egypter 996. Thank you.
Alright, so at 8:03 we should have been at 10,000 or above. We're already well above that, so it should be no issues.
3952 direct above.
Direct Oboku 3952. Direct Oboku. Direct to Oboku. Execute. The traffic 8,100 feet above us that way. Again, should be no factor. One of those guys up there. Should be no issues for us whatsoever. So that's us there in the fray, just departing out of Echo Papa Papa Oscar. On our way to Papa Whiskey Alpha, should be nice and busy. So Poland's gonna have ATC all the way until 2200 Zulu. So 12545 lot 3952. Good day. 12545 for us. Okay. Put that on the standby here. 12545. Hit enter. Swap it over.
With 29 Charlie Golf, apologies for letting this call. Descent flight level 170.
Level 170 with the Charlie Golf.
Easy 184, you're leaving my airspace, no further ATC, C23 in command to the bye.
Easy 184, contact Unicom. Bye bye. Monitor Unicom.
Again for Egypter 996, confirm Bravo Oscar Alpha Lima. Negative, there is no such point. Bravo Oscar Delta Alpha Lima. Bravo Oscar Delta Alpha Lima, Roger.
202, Bravo Mike, request reset.
Alcatraz to Lima, Mark descent flight level 270.
Flight level 270 and confirm look on the 2 November Mike.
That is okay.
Thank you.
Warsaw, hello. Lot 3952, level 170, direct Boku.
Lot 3952 Warsaw, identify, continue climb flight level 210 and expect BIMPA 5 uniform arrival.
Expect BIMPA 5 uniform and continue climb level 210, lot 3952.
Lot 21 kilo, contact Warsaw, radar 132.7.
210, alright, put it back into IS climb mode.
Wizard 29 Charlie, go contact Warsaw, approach 125, multiple 55.
25055 for the Charlie Golf Inspire.
Continue and then
170, contact Warsaw, approach.
BIMPA 5 uniform is what we can expect, and that's pretty much what we have already put into our FMS. We'll just verify it here. Yep, BIMPA 5 uniform.
Okay,
So we already have that in. That's cool. Since we've been cleared it, we might as well brief it. Since we have been cleared it, might as well brief it right now, so give me a second. Let me just go back to that.
Direction to that point. Bravo Oscar Delta Alpha Lima.
Okay, so this is what the BIMPA 5 uniform arrival is going to look like. So from BIMPA, flight level 190 or below, max 280 knots, should be no issues for us. So we'll go from BIMPA, 063 track to Kulu, max 250 knots, then Mensi, then Repso, then Sofus, then Adini, then Sislo, Lembu, Whiskey Alpha 536, 534. The altitude constraints will be as advised by ATC. We're going to be coming at 210, so we should expect a descent somewhere before BIMPA to bring us down to the 190. And then from there, we're probably going to get radar vectors because most of the traffic's following the star. Considering our speeds are going to be a lot slower than most other traffic, we might get vectored around them and might get our descents accordingly. But basically, the way we're going to descend is basically we're going to descend at 5 times our ground speed. So if your ground speed is going to be about 250 knots, we're going to descend at about 1,250 feet per minute. Roughly, give or take, from whenever we get assigned that. After that, after Whiskey Alpha 534, we can expect to join the Isla Zulu 33. But from what I saw from the ATC earlier, they're actually doing visual approaches into runway 33. So at any point, if the controller asks us if we have the airfield inside, and we do, they might just clear us for a visual straight in runway 33. After we land on runway 33, we are going to continue on and look to vacate Sierra 1. So considering how far away the vacate points are for runway 33, after crossing runway 29, there's really no point in using reversers or any kind of braking. In fact, it might be better for us to land long somewhere around this point right here where you see there's a little bit of a turnaround area. Maybe land there and continue roll out, that way we can get off at Sierra 1 and head over to the runway that way. To the apron, and then where we're going to park there, I don't know. Let's see what ATC assigns for us. So we can go off of Sierra 1 and then probably expect taxi via Oscar 2 to the apron 3 parkings or apron 5 Bravo, 5 Alpha parking, depending on what's available, because again, the airport is very busy, a lot of traffic at the moment. So we don't know what exactly we'll get. For the ATRs though, typically they park in the aprons over here, from what I understand, the 5 Bravo aprons. So we'll see what ATC actually assigns to us. So we expect Sierra 1, Oscar 2, right turn, Mike 3, probably.
So
the things to watch out for us is we'll vacate Sierra 1, 2, or 3, right? The first taxi we come across will be Alpha. The middle one is Mike. Oscar's going northbound. Oscar, uniform, Zulu, Zulu Bravo 1, Zulu 2, things like that. So basically main awareness for us. Anyways, that's basically it for the briefing. So we are
November, Mike, flight level 200.
we're about to set. Well, we're reaching cruise level. We're leveling off. It's alt star already in the mode, the FMA. So we're accelerating now. Once we reach 206 knots, we'll go set power mode to cruise and see what the speeds we maintain after that.
Standard QNE 113 indicating 344.
QNH is set. Minimums, right? So we can
Showing
go to MDA. That's going to be 557, I believe. So 560 is what I'll put as our MDA.
It's just
560 MDA, and then
yes, sir.
and then what else I need to do? Elevation will do automatically. We can do a perf in it for landing phase. For approach, so transition altitude, I still put 6,500, QNH 1001. Should we see if we can grab ATIS?
Information from approach, your number 14 in sequence, so expect a significant delay.
That's copy.
And there's holds happening. That's what ATC is informing people right now in the background, that there's holds happening, expect delay. So we may have some of those as well. In case we do, on our arrival, the hold that we can expect that is published is at Kulu. There's traffic above, 3,000 feet, left to right.
Lot 479er, stop.
Traffic inside.
Level 220.
And there should be no factor.
Distance 20, code 79.
Lot 39er, 52, proceed direct Amudo.
Direct Amuto, lot 3952. Direct Amuto, execute. Left turn, off we go.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and then the one thing I was gonna do right is the TCAS set to normal, not above.
Radar, Canberra 114.
Alright, see if you can grab ATIS in the meanwhile. So 120.455.
Canberra 114,
Canberra 114, indicating flight level 340. What are you showing from altitude?
337 for now. Plus, okay, thank you.
120.455. Let's see if we can listen in.
End of information, India. This is Warsaw Information, India. Tom 1330 Zulu. Expect uniform arrivals for ILS Yankee approach runway 33. Departures runway 29. Transition level 80. Wind 320 degrees 4 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Broken 800 feet cloud. Broken 1,200
128 decimal. Yeah, but 128.25.
For ATC clearance contact 121.605. When airborne contact approach on 128 This is Warsaw Information, India. Tom 1330 Zulu. Expect uniform arrivals for ILS Yankee approach runway 33. Departures runway 29. Transition level 80. Wind 320 degrees 4 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds. Broken 800 feet clouds.
Continue alpha, for now contact Praha
temperature 08. 2.07. QNH 1000 for ATC clearance contact 121.605. When airborne contact approach on 128.805. End of information, India.
Romeo Tango 1918, Kilo Warsaw identified, continue flight level 230.
Okay, so we got information in India. ILS Yankee 33 in use, and transition level will be 80, so we need to update our plans accordingly. ILS Yankee 33. So the ILS Yankee 33 minimums are still the same, 557, so I've set 560. ILS frequencies are the same, the go-around procedure is different, and the altitude constraints are still the same. Right. We're on our way to Amuto, yes? ILS Zulu will become ILS Yankee 33. 33 Yankee and the BIMP 5 uniform. Whiskey Alpha 534, execute that again. We are going direct to Amuto, DASX, then Bimpa. Execute. Then Kulu, Mensi, Repso, Sofos, Adini, Sislo 534. Yep, that all looks okay to me. So transition altitude 8,000, 2 inches 1,000. Updated, and winds are 320 at 4 still, so no change to that. So our approach speeds are going to be at flaps full landing 104 knots. Very, very slow.
Bird 839er Alpha over from here. The Yankee 3 Papa identified.
ETA at the moment. About an hour and 36 minutes. Right? No. At 14:31. About half an hour, sorry.
But 191 Warsaw identified, continue climb, flight level 3.0. KLM 450 Warsaw identified, continue climb, I request you all to be on the ops level, confirm are you able to descend level 370?
What would request now?
Lot 1918 affirm, you're clear to climb at level 350.
110.3 as standby for the comms, and the course will be 326. I'm going to set it to the current heading, put it into heading hold mode for just a second, and then input the ILS stuff in advance. So the course will be 326. 326. 110.3 on standby. Cool. Back to FMS. Back to nav.
2505 Warsaw identified.
Hello, Chancellor 790, fuel passing festival 268 inbound flagger.
Got a nice 32 knot, mostly tailwind.
320.
Timing 320,
So if you look at our computer top of decent,
Walker 3468. Are you holding descent flight level 17? Yes, contact.
Is all the way out at Mensi, which is not correct because we need to be below 190 at Bimpa. So we have 2,000 feet to lose, so 6 miles before Bimpa at the very latest. We should be getting an instruction to descend to 190 unless the controller doesn't want us to follow that. So, let's see.
And you're holding descent flight level 180 at the moment.
Hotel Oscar Golf contact Warsaw 13425.
145, Oscar Golf. Good afternoon.
Papa 213, contact Warsaw 13425. Ryanair 2505. Are you sure you want to descend? You have like 200 miles to the airport. Martina 213, whatever.
Go ahead, Martina 213.
Gently cruising along in our slow-ass ATR. That's the only downside about an ATR. They're not the fastest aircraft out there.
134.225.
Not the fastest aircraft out there. They make a lot of noise. You know, got those big ass engines. You feel like, you know, you're doing a lot, and then get it a lot. But like, then you look at your ground speed, you're like, oh, okay. Your cruise speed indicated airspeed 200 knots. Oh, okay. Well, I guess this is us now. Beautiful livery though. By descent level 150, and can you say again the frequency? Lot 3952, sorry, it's a descent level 150, and can you say again the frequency for us?
Descent level 150, the frequency for you will be standby. Will be on to you shortly. The frequency for you will be 125.055.
125055. Thank you, lot 3952.
Hello, Alpaca 75 Navy, asking level 204 to 240. Alpaca 75, Warsaw radar contact, continue climb level 3.
What the hell?
46 and up over correct 5 minutes out of cockpit.
Approved, quarterback.
Thank you.
Oscar radar, Ryanair 72 November Echo, climbing flight level 340 4380.
Ryanair 72 November Echo, Warsaw radar, hello. Identified, continue.
Okay, let's start that descent. Warsaw approach, hello, lot 3952 with information India, descending level 150. Nope, wrong frequency. 125. Nope.
Okay, lot 8 radar Tango Hotel Warsaw, radar contact, confirm want to climb level 300. Radar 240, contact Warsaw, radar 125.453.
Let's try again.
Climb flight level 240 and contact Warsaw radar 12 forward decimal 450 just.
Warsaw Patrol Taxi 7, passing climb 6 climb to 40, not needed. Approach 537, witam Warszawa, continue climb 240.
Continue to climb to 40, 537.
738, contact Warszawa 128.805.
128.805,
After 522, in holding descent flight level 120, correction 110.
The audio is breaking up bad, man. This is not good.
Turkish to Lima Zulu, in holding descent flight level 120. In holding descent 140, Turkish to Lima Zulu.
Warsaw approach, hello, lot 3952, descending level 150 with information India, BIMPA 5 uniform.
Lot 27, Skygate.
Lot 3952, descending level 150, BIMPA 5 uniform.
Lot 3952, Warszawa, hello, radar contact, continue descent level 100.
Continue descent level 100, lot 3952.
Lot 501, lead holding over 45, continue stand arrive.
So we cancel the holding after 4 pound, continue with standard arrival, let's do that one.
Turkish to Lima Zulu, descent 130, flight level 130. Descent 130, Turkish to Lima Zulu. Lufthansa 9 Charlie, confirm you will be enter holding over 45.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, affirmative.
Roger, fine.
Wjeżdżają na wariantę to 5 Alpha.
Then are you trying?
Which?
Stand at your choice. Break. Austrian 249 at Warszawa. Austrian 249 at Warszawa.
Alright, descent checklist completed.
Turkish to Lima Zulu, descent flight level 120 in holding. Descending in the holding 120, Turkish to Lima.
So using vertical speed for descent, LNAV descending about at about half of our ground speed times 10 or ground speed times 5 basically. So 300 times 5 is 1500, so we're descending about 1500 feet per minute. That's a standard 3-degree glide path angle. We're descending down to flight level 100 as advised by ATC. Speeding, we are maintaining about 240 knots. We're probably getting down on the descent a little bit too early, but I expect, considering our airspeed, we are getting the descent early and we're going to get vectored in much closer for a shorter base and turning final to land, as opposed to most of the other aircraft coming in on top of us. We're entering holds and whatnot because we're much slower and can be squeezed in much closer to the airport.
10,000 people looking 1% of the professional.
Austrian 249, continue climb level 340. Lot 2501, correct Warszawa 128.805. So with Lot 2501, wake up, contact Warszawa 128.805.
Accept 128.805 to load connection.
Warszawa, kłaniamy się ponownie, Kira 004, climbing to for you. Kira 04, Warszawa, 6 radar contact, continue to for you.
Continue.
Passer 522, descent level 100 in house.
Coming Coming up at 10,000, we'll turn landing lights on as well.
First côté, Hotel Alpha Whiskey Tango Yankee, inbound Logda at flight level 240, descending flight level 150.
004, contact Warszawa, 125, decimal 450.
125-450, kilo Yankee Radio Airport.
Warszawa approach about 7 on
Okay, 1,000 to go. Should be leveling off. So need to start adding power as their vertical rate
Unidentified climb rate level 200.
starts to drop.
climb flight level 200, slot 7 on.
Hotel Tango Yankee Warszawa, hello, radar contact. Continue descent level 150, enter holding over full fast condition. Break Buster 522, leave holding over full fast continue.
Alright, Alt Star. Power back to notch. Try to maintain 240 knots the best we can.
Hotel Alpha Whiskey Tango Yankee Warszawa to DP6 radar contact. Descent level 150, enter holding over full fast public.
Descending flight level 150 and entering hold via full fat Hotel Tango Yankee.
Austrian to final contact Warszawa, frequency 124, decimal 625.
Rip.
Buster 522, descent altitude 7,000 feet, QNH 1000. 7,000 feet, 4,000. Turkish to Lima Zulu, descent level 110. Descent 110, Turkish to Lima Zulu. Standard 9 Charlie, descent level 120.
Descent level 120, represent our ship.
6 November Golf in holding descent level 150.
In holding descent 150, lot 6 November Golf.
So I'm going to flight to Bravo, in hold again at flight level 200, descending to flight level 100.
Honor 5 to Bravo, Warszawa, radar contact, sir, on break. Break, Walker 3, 4, 6, 5, reporting over Arcava, continue standard arrival.
Leave the hold and continue to standard arrival on 13465. Bye.
Not by.
Not by yet, sorry about that, yeah.
Lot 771 contact, Warszawa, frequency 125, decimal 450. Lot 71 Warszawa, 125, 450. Turkish to Lima Zulu, continue descent level 100. Continue descent 100, Turkish to Lima Zulu. Lot 71 Warszawa.
Lot 71.
Circle 3 times, contact Warszawa 125, decimal 450.
Contact Warszawa radar on 124, decimal 625.
Absolutely negative, but bye-bye. See you later. Break. Lot 3955 to continue descent altitude 7,000 feet. Q1H, Warszawa 1001.
Continue descent 7,000 and the QNH 1,000, lot 3952.
All station rotation, Q1H 1001.
Okay, pull back the power.
Continue standard.
We should be doing a 1,400 feet per minute descent. Pull back the power, keep its speed 240 knots.
Descent level 110, November Charlie.
6 November Golf, descent level 130.
And QNH
Walker 3465, distance level 10.
1001, I believe, is the new QNH.
465.
Alright, below 10K, landing lights are on, seatbelts are on, anti-icing
Contact was shuttle 128, decimal 1805.
should not be required.
1805.
Nothing else to do at the moment.
Lot 3952, contact was shuttle 128, decimal 1805, texture.
128805, lot 3952, good day.
Hotel Tango Yankee 1, are you descending below flight over 150, climb immediately.
Until 4 miles out, contact occasion tower 118, decimal 305, bye-bye.
305, przepraszam jeszcze raz, please contact video greater until for my final lot for Oscar Whisky.
Dzisiaj stał panowie na 6 borderach, które mogą go wcisnąć. Aparta 782, contact approach 125, decimal 055, bye-bye. 125,
Warsaw approach, lot 3952, 7000, IMPA 5 uniform.
Lot 3952 was approach, good evening, identified, continue. Officer 522, good evening, identified, distance 5000 feet.
Alright, keep our speed 240 knots. Bring up the power. Notch, should be good. Okay, leveling off at 7000. So descent checklist was anti-icing as required, altimeters set to local, below 10K landing lights and passenger signs on, cabin pressure verify, and ILS frequency set. So all of that is set. Actually, the nav radio, if I go to the where was it, in the nav section, and we switch off of auto. Input 110.3 is active on both.
2501 reporting
Back to
you
com.
to the client spot.
Speedbird 879, passing flight corrections, passing 2,800 feet.
Speedbird 879 was approach, good afternoon, identified, climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240, Speedbird 8 and...
outside temperature is -4. We are going in and out of clouds, but I don't expect icing really in these conditions, so technically we should be ready for it, but yeah, we'll turn the engine and the ice on.
Inbound must be.
Turkish set the correction, Turkish 2 Lima Zulu was approach, good evening, identified. Tango 6 Kilo Whiskey, contact approach 125, next to 055, bye-bye.
Luganda 6 Kilo Whiskey, contact approach 125, decimal 055, bye-bye.
After 522, descend 3000 feet, after alt modus, fly direct air legs, clear tires, Yankee approach runway 33, number 2.
Descend 3000 feet, after alt modus, direct air legs, number 522.
So the airport should be down here somewhere, and the city of Warsaw is to our right. That's downtown Warsaw right there. Pretty much flying over downtown Warsaw right now. The airport's down there, I think, where we see the traffic. We are on an essentially a very long downwind leg at this point.
160 until 40 me and we'll contact our 1805 plus.
To start slowing down to 220 knots should be not hard at all. Slow down to 220 knots because that's the speed constraint for the next waypoint.
Right direct alt modus and 5000 feet.
Right direct alt 5000 feet.
And Turkish 2 Lima Zulu after alt modus, fly direct Whiskey Alpha 533.
After Otmo Direct Whiskey Alpha 533, to Studio Zulu.
Feedback 879, contact approach 125.055, bye-bye.
Feedback 879.
Next is probably Tower 118305. If I were to guess. 118305, I'll put that in standby. One 18305.
Lot 3952, descend 5,000 feet.
Descend 5,000, lot 3952. 5,000 set. Vertical speed, 1,200 feet per minute. Come back power. Keep speed 220. Probably not a bad idea to set speed to manual.
1000 to Studio Zulu.
Speed target 220 for now.
Turkish Studio Zulu, direct Whiskey Alpha 533 now.
Direct Whiskey Alpha 533 to Studio Zulu.
Lot 3952, put your indicated airspeed.
Speed 220, 3952.
Lot 3952, the speed 190 or less for sequencing.
Speed 190 or less, 3952. Okay, speed. Pull back the power.
522, speed
055, okay, 3 for that.
Lot 3952, descend 4,000 feet. Lot 3952, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000, lot 3952. 4,000, vertical speed, 800 feet per minute. Watch throttles, don't exceed 190 knots. Okay. Power mode to take off or approach. Course was 326.
3,000 feet to the right, heading 240.
Right 240, descend 3,000, lot 3952. Heading select. Right turn 240.
Charlie, descend 5,000 feet, direct Otmo, after Otmo, direct Whiskey Alpha 533.
Okay, can switch nav source to the ILS. And course 326.
Charlie, descend 5,000 feet.
We are below the glide slope at the moment, and slightly to the right of localizer. Well, very right.
952, continue turning right, heading 300, cleared by ILS, approach Yankee, runway 33, but established your number 3.
Continue right, 300, cleared ILS Yankee 33, and Wilco, lot 3952.
Turkish to Lima Zulu, any speed restriction?
Turkish to Lima Zulu, are you approached?
No, established 33, Turkish to Lima Zulu.
Turkish to Lima Zulu, maintain speed.
We are number 3, keep speed 190 or less. Basically.
160 or greater to 4 tower 8.
We're well below glide slope, so should not be an issue for the intercept. We're cleared for the ILS. We'll need to report established.
Lot 6 November Golf, Warsaw approach, victims detection identified.
So what I'm going to do now is leave it on heading select. Once I start to see the localizer move, then I'll go ahead and set approach mode as active.
November, possible shortcut in about 2 minutes, I cannot promise.
And approach checklist will just be gear, flaps, power management, takeoff, landing lights, and autopilot yaw damper off at 500 feet. Okay, we'll try to keep our speed 180 knots for now. 190 is just my reference for the target. For our VREF is going to be very low, 104, so.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, descend 3,000 feet, expect vector for ILS Yankee, runway 33.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, descend 3,000, create 1001, and expect vector for ILS Yankee, runway 33.
Okay, arm approach.
6 November Golf, descend 5,000 feet.
5,000 feet, November Golf.
Estimates approach, go around, climb straight ahead to Zelto, left turn Mulza, climbing 3,000 feet, which we already have set. Localizer capture.
Negative heading 130.
Set heading to 326. Okay, localizer capture, glide slope captured. Go gear down.
About 6 November Golf, direct Otmul after Otmul, direct to Whiskey Alpha 533.
Otmul after Otmul, Whiskey Alpha 533, lot 6 November Golf.
Gear down, 3. Lot 3952, establish ILS Yankee 33.
About 3952, maintain speed 160 greater until 4 DME, contact tower 118-13005, bye-bye.
160 till 4 and 118305, lot 3952, good day.
Request validation, lot 6 November.
118305. 160 or greater, flaps 15.
Runway 33 clear to land. 33 clear to land, Lot 11 November Tower, dzień dobry. Line up and wait to liner.
We are currently 6 miles. 6.8 miles.
Lot 1 November Tower, dzień dobry. Line up and wait to liner.
Level 8, right to liner, lot 1 November.
Alright.
Lot 11 November, be ready for immediate.
Be ready for landing.
30 seconds.
Be ready for immediate departure.
Yes, ready for immediate, lot 1 November.
Lot 1 November, wind is 340 degrees, 5 knots, runway 29 clear for takeoff, on airborne contact approach 128.805, dziękuję.
128.805, is cleared for takeoff to 9, lot 1 November.
Warsaw Tower, hello, lot 3952, ILS Yankee 33.
Lot 3905 Tower, to take on the approach.
3952. Alrighty, 4 miles coming up. We can start slowing down.
Turkish to Lima Zulu, contact ground, and 1905.
Slow down to 130 knots initially. Go flaps. The landing checklist, landing gear down 3 green, flaps stand by for 30, and power management takeoff, autopilot yaw damper will be disengaged soon. Aircraft's taking off on the runway ahead of us.
Lot liner is 3952, wind 340 degrees, 5 knots, runway 33 clear to land.
33 clear to land, lot 3952. Autopilot disengage, yaw damper off. My aircraft, speed check, flaps 30. And let's slow down all the way to 110 knots now. Check. Okay, back on profile. Speed's good. He's dropping like a rock. Keep some power in. Flyer into the runway. And keep the power in after we land. because we have a long runway to vacate. We can land long. We don't have to. I mean, ideally we should go for touchdown zone, but we have a long runway. Our touchdown zone actually is near our turnaround point right there. I'm going to go off the Pappies now. Go for a little bit of a shallower descent.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And we're down. Welcome to Warsaw. Alright, I'm not even going to bother with brakes. Not until we cross the runway. Okay, now start tapping the brakes a bit. Let's vacate right here. Sierra 1.
Lot 305 after vacating contact ground, 121.905, ciao.
121.905, lot 305, take a day. Okay, let's vacate first, ASAP.
Tower number 4004, reaching for holding point.
Lot 4005, tower number recon, line up and wait, runway to liner.
Line up and wait to liner, 4005.
121.
Lot
9er
4005, ready
5.
for immediate.
9er 05, sorry. 121. 9er 05. Enter.
Lot Kazana Charlie Moin, wind.
I captain Holy runway 29er via Oscar, Alpha and
Oscar Alpha and Echo, Turkish 3, Foxtrot Mike, holding point 29er.
Ground hello, lot 3952, Sierra 1.
3952, hello, Apache ground, welcome to Warsaw. Stand by, one traffic will be taxing in front of you.
Roger. Okay, we're holding position. And after landing checklist, radar standby. Flight controls locked, flaps up, trims reset to 0.
Turkish 2 Fox. Okay, disregard.
Centered. Landing strobe lights off, anti-ice off, probe heating can come off. Set the caution for that. TRU can come off as well. Okay. The traffic's going to taxi in front of us. That's probably the Turkish. And then we'll get taxi instructions after that. Still waiting. We're waiting for that Turkish once he taxis past us. We're kind of in the way in this for this other aircraft though. And technically if he doesn't pass this other aircraft behind can't land, so not sure what's going on there.
Lufthansa 340, heavy request taxi. Lufthansa 343, taxi holding point 29er via Mike and Echo. Lufthansa 340, heavy taxi holding point 29er via Mike and Echo. Lot 4 Lima Kilo ready for taxi. Lot 4 Lima Kilo taxi.
Not ideal. Not sure if that aircraft can technically be cleared to land.
Sorry, 29er. Taxi ultimated by Mike and Echo, Lot 4 Lima Kilo. Lot 39er 52, witamy w Warszawie, taxi 1040 via Alpha.
Stand 40 via Alpha, lot 3952. Where is 40? To the right.
Good evening, Poznan, Charlie 71.
Poznan Charlie, welcome to Warsaw. Taxi via Oscar, hot short or Mike.
Oscar, hot short Mike, Poznan, Charlie.
So there's 39, should be the next one. 40. They're kind of in my way. Should be facing the other way.
Okay, Grand, witam. Lot 6 November Golf vacated via Sierra to request taxi.
Lot 6 November Golf, welcome to Warszawa. Taxi stand 85 via Alpha Whiskey.
Alpha Whiskey 85, Lot 6 November Golf.
Lufthansa 9 Charlie, taxi to the right.
I'm not going to follow her the right, but I am going to follow her directionally.
Right, Max, 723 from Warsaw, Charlie, thank you.
Right about there, okay. Transponder off. Okay. Feather the props. Prop brake is ready. We'll wait for NP to stabilize.
Turkish 3 Foxtrot Mike, monitor tower 1 minus 305, bye.
There we go. And prop brake on.
Lufthansa Cargo 5 ready for taxi.
Lufthansa Cargo 35, taxi 500.
Prop brakes engaged, NP is 0. We'll kill engine number 1.
129 Cargo 235.
Keep engine number 2 going. And with that, we can also kill the beacon lights, leave the wing lights on. That's an indication that our engine is in hotel mode. And then we can turn the fuel pump off for the left engine. Seatbelt signs are off. Okay.
Wizard 1327, stand 48. Pushback and start off is approved, QNH 1001.
Aircraft, set chocks, open the main door, set the tail prop, open the cargo door, and request the boarding. And that's it. That's our flight completed. Since ATC's, or rather VPilot audio is being super weird, I think I'm going to call it here. I don't think I'm going to continue. Nice Visa advertisement there on the tower. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it here for the flight. It was a fun one. Bit of a delay there. We didn't have any holds, luckily, so that worked out. And honestly, the flight was all okay. The only issue was like on landing a little bit, caused a traffic jam because the Turkish coming on the same taxiway. But you know, other than that, really, not too bad. And the ATR handled well, flew well. No really issues with that. The only thing I hate about it, the bug, is that even though you're at the ground idle setting, which I am right now, the engine seems to think that it's shut down because it hasn't produced enough power on the propeller. So it thinks the engine's shut off and needs to maintain flight idle. Kind of annoying, but you know, it is what it is. Each is what it is. But anyways, the passengers will deboard now, and I'll be calling it here for today's stream. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you guys later. Ciao.
Passengers, the boarding started.
Lufthansa Cargo 35 requesting frequency change.
Lufthansa 35, course, number tower 1 minus 305, bye.
Way 305, thank you, bye-bye.
Either 1327 requesting taxi.
Either 1327, taxi holding point runway 29er via EPPO.
Taxi to holding point runway 29er via EPPO. Either 1327.